What up? What up? What up? What up? Happy Friday! Happy early fourth weekend. It's your boy KC for Next Step and K, um, in the Basement Podcast for Next Step and K. Shout out to everybody! Happy Friday and everything. Um, yeah, just wanted to say Happy Friday to everyone, and also just shouting out to everybody. To my guy Larry, so we didn't get a chance to get on here together. But I know Larry, you're out there working hard, doing your thing. So shout out to Larry, aka Next Step, aka the Detroit Pistons fans, aka the Dallas Cowboys fans. Of course, I'm your guy, K, aka part of the great team that we call Next Step and K. Diehard Clippers fan, a worried Clippers fan, as a matter of fact, but we'll get a little bit of that in a couple minutes. Diehard Maryland Terrapins fan and New York Jets fan. Um, Basically letting you know how everybody's going. I'm doing pretty good. I got a chance just to follow up with everything. Got a chance to go to the NFL Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. Basically, me and my brother, Dr. Kyle Osborne, aka from the Black Psychologist Podcast, we got a chance. Actually, we got the pleasure to actually go up to Canton, Ohio. Just a little bit out of Akron. Congratulations to the James family. We'll get more on that a little bit later. We got a chance to actually go up to the NFL Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, and let me tell you, it was a heck of an experience for us. It was everything plus more. If Listen, for all my football heads out there, if you're a diehard football fan, whatever your team affiliation is, whether it's the Philadelphia Eagles or it's the Cincinnati Bengals, or even it's the lowly Denver Broncos. Shout out to my man Reggie. Um, Listen, this is a place for you. I think that every guy who is a football fan and a die-hard football fan of their team, I think you need to make this pilgrimage and this trip to Canton, Ohio, just to, pay respects for the people that laid the ground, before us in this great sport that we call football. Um, we went there, lots of education and information. There were so many fun facts that would make even the most biggest football aficionado just make his head explode. Pause. But it was just a whole lot of information that we were receiving. We also got a chance to rub shoulders. Dr. Kyle actually got a chance to take pictures and talk to a real NFL Hall of Famer. He goes by the name of Carl Eller. If you don't know who Carl Eller is, he's actually part of the Minnesota Vikings in those years with the Purple People Eaters with Fran Tankerton. Um, and definitely a great experience. Big guy. I mean, we got a chance to put the imprint of his hand in there, and he kind of dwarfed my hand. He made my hand look like a little kid's hand, pretty much. And my hands are they're pretty big, but great experience nonetheless. Like I said, a lot of trivia, a lot of interaction too. It was great interaction, especially as with the guys and stuff like that. A lot of interaction with different guys from different areas of the East Coast. Some came from as far as like California to come see the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Um, Everybody had a different team affiliation. I mean, I've seen Chargers fans, Seahawks fans, Denver Bronco fans, of course, Cowboy fans. And let me see, I think I saw a Cleveland Browns fan in there a couple times. But you know what the funny, ironic part is? It was a whole lot of Jets fans too. It was quite a few Jets fans in there. They were showing me love. A lot of Indianapolis Colts fans. So definitely say congratulations to all the recent class of 2024 coming into the NFL Football Hall of Fame. Definitely, like I said, definitely a great trip. Um, if you want to drive, it takes about 6 hours. 6 hours up, 6 hours back. I mean, the drive was good. I want to thank Dr. Kyle for making that drive. I would have gladly drove. I would have gladly drove, but I think I drive a little too slow. But like I said, it was great. It was just a great drive, a great, just like overall great experience. We got a chance to see the different statues, how the statues are made. We see all the different inventions that they had with NFL football, from like the most sound to the most weird. And we also saw the evolution of different things, such as the football helmet, in regards to when they, they put the electronics in the football helmet to keep them from getting smashed, and the history behind that. And it was just a great, just a great overall experience. And we got a chance to, see the Super Bowl trophy room. We got a chance to actually, matter of fact, Dr. Kyle actually got the chance to try on some of those Super Bowl rings and the evolution of the rings from, like, let's say Super Bowl three, where my Jets won it, all the way up to this year's Super Bowl. Total difference. I mean, it's just bling, the weight, the size of it. I mean, the other things that are okay. Whoa! I'm just getting a. I'm sorry. I'm just getting some information here. It says here that Paul George is, whether he opts in and out of the last Clippers deal, he might end up in the Bay regardless. So hopefully, hopefully the Clippers get their mind right and their money, and Steve Ballmer opens up his wallet to basically, like, keep Paul George. I think Paul George would be great in the Clippers uniform. I mean, I'm so used to seeing him in the Clippers uniform now. So I mean, seeing him in a different uniform, it's not gonna play right. Speaking of which, also. A couple of trades went through. I believe Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to the Pistons. Also, Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson is off of Denver right now. I forgot what team that he's going to right now. There's a couple other trades that went through during the draft. Also, I want to say congratulations to all everybody that was selected in the draft, the 2024 draft. Even though this draft wasn't as spectacular as people say it was, there's some talent in there. There's a little bit of talent in there. Shout out to all the Kentucky players that actually went in the draft and got drafted by their particular teams. I know a lot of people are saying that Justin Edwards should have got drafted, but guess what? Justin Edwards actually got picked up by the Sixers. Two-way contract. He's actually staying at home. So congratulations to Justin Edwards. Definitely, even though Justin didn't get drafted, you're still going to be touching that pro floor. And guess what? It doesn't matter whether you're drafted. Whether these people were drafted number one or through number 60. It doesn't even matter, because all you got to do is go out there, show and prove, make them show why they should have drafted you, and just put your head down and just hoop, good brother. But anyway, congratulations to Justin Edwards and the Edwards family, for all that hard work going into it. And I think, to be honest with you, I think the pro game is a little bit more suited for you anyway, just because of your height and your weight and your athletic ability. So definitely, good luck in that. And actually, congratulations, another Imhotep alumni is in the league playing professionally, whether it's football, baseball, or basketball. Congratulations. Um, Also, with the NBA draft, like I said, it wasn't as spectacular as before, because I think with me myself, I'm always going to set that bar. It's never going to be as good as the 1996 draft, or in this case, not even the 1995 draft. Um, Also, let's see, in the NFL, let me see the NBA draft, and I'll also be remiss too, man. The last 2 weeks, great high school hoops. Before I get out of here, this is just a quick hitter. Great high school hoops that was just jumping off the last couple of weeks. I got a chance to actually go up to Jefferson University to see. I think it was like an AAU tournament. A lot of great teams up there. There's so many teams. I wish I'd had the schedule. I could read it off to you, but it was so many great teams from the East Coast. I think there was a couple teams from Canada too, as a matter of fact, that were playing. They did good. But I definitely want to highlight some of the kids that I saw there. I just want to highlight Matt Johnson. He was playing for Archbishop Ryan. They did pretty good out there. They got a nice team coming in, even though they don't have Ryan Sorber anymore. But still, they have a lot of a lot of tools in the shed, and I think it's not going to be as big time as the Thomas Sorber team in the senior year, but I think they're going to work their way up to that. Like I said, Matt Johnson has like 2 more years to play, so yeah, he's gonna make it. A good 2 years. He's going to lead them. Of course, right back to back down to the palestra. So definitely good luck with you. Actually did great out there. Shout out to Archbishop Ryan. Um, I definitely want to shout out Imhotep. I didn't get a chance to see Imhotep last Saturday, but I heard they had a pretty good showing. Shout out to RJ, RJ Smith. Also, congratulations, RJ. Congratulations on your first. I think this is your first D1, your D1 look. As a matter of fact, listen, the Bryant Bears, even though they're low D1, but guess what? It's D1. But definitely congratulations. Um, for the Brian Bears looking into you. If you definitely if you take that opportunity, guess what? The Brian Bears are definitely getting the winner. He's a born winner. I've been watching him over the years, just from when he was a little guy to now. He's definitely as a mature point guard, doing everything on every level, whether it's shooting, whether it's setting the table up for someone else, or whether it's just going to get it himself, basically. So definitely want to say congratulations on the Bryant on the Bryant offer. Basically, this is just the first of many offers that you're going to get. And especially, I can't wait to see what you're going to do within the school year as well. Also, want to shout out to Jalen Childs too. Jalen Childs was doing this thing up there. I think it was it up in Westchester? I think there's a tournament up there in Westchester. Didn't get a chance to go up there and see that because I was busy at Jefferson University. But I heard he was just doing the thing out there, man. He was just killing whatever guard that was in front of him, whether he was an upperclassman or a lowerclassman. Like they were just getting the smoke. So definitely congratulations to Jalen Childs. I heard there were a couple colleges up there that were actually taking some sight on him and everything like that, looking at him, see what he could do. So definitely congratulations on that, and just keep doing what you're doing. Uh, I'm trying to figure out if there's some other tournaments coming on. I know there's going to be some other tournaments going down, probably maybe in the Six Man Howard Center down there with PYB. So definitely keep your eyes peeled with that. Also, I want to say congratulations to Kenny Holtzman for the opening of the Six Man Howard Center, the Allen Howard Center, excuse me. And I'm sure, hopefully, you're going to get those April Madness tournaments back up going again, because I got a chance to go through the virtual tour, and it looks like it was maybe about five or six courts up there. Maybe I'm exaggerating. It looks like there was like 5 or 6 courts up there. So as far as I know, this will be great for our April Madness tournament. Hopefully, April Madness tournament comes back again, because that's a great networking function for all the ballers out there. I mean, if you haven't seen anybody in a while, that usually used to be the place to go in April. Usually the third week in April. We used to go there early in the morning. We wouldn't leave till like around like late, maybe 7, 8 o'clock. We would play, network, and then go get something to eat after that and network some more. So definitely a great time. Hopefully he brings that back. I do know that they're having their workshops and camps this upcoming week. So you need to just go to the PYB website, and they should be able to give you a little bit more information on that. Um, let's talk about my Clippers. There's been a lot of talk with Paul George, being a free agent coming up. Now, hopefully, what I think is going to happen is I believe Steve Ballmer is probably going to offer him a little bit more than Kawhi. Speaking of which, they're saying Kawhi is healthy for the Olympics, which is kind of like a slap in the face to us Clipper fans, because you should have been healthy during the playoffs, because we really needed you. Paul George couldn't do it all by himself, but that's okay though. We got Ty Lue. Ty Lue's locked in. Only thing we need now, everybody else is locked in. We just need Paul George to be locked in, because if Paul George is not going to be locked in, I don't think James Harden is going to play to his full potential, because I don't know if he's locked in still. I think he's still locked. I think the James Harden is locked in, unless they do like a sign and trade or something like that. But with Paul George, they're saying the Sixers are interested in them, but I think they're off that now. They're also saying that Golden State is actually interested in them too. So which means to me, hopefully, I think Clay is out there, looking at other teams, or other teams looking at Clay, and Clay can actually, fill the role for a lot of teams, especially on the East Coast. He doesn't have to really be the man per se, on these other teams, because they already have stars. Like I know a perfect team for that who would be good for is probably Miami, Orlando, definitely Minnesota. Definitely, because I'm sure Clay wants to go to a contender. Not to say Orlando and Miami aren't contenders, but Miami is like right there. They're right at the cusp of a championship, or going to the championship. Um, Also, with Paul George, they said the team that he would be interested in going to is actually to Golden State, and I don't want to see that team, 4 times a year. I don't want to see a Paul George, maybe a Draymond Green, Steph Curry, Paul George lineup. I definitely don't want to see that, because he's gonna turn from playoff P to payback P, and he's gonna just kill the Clippers. So speaking for all Clippers fans worldwide, Paul George, you just need to stay with the Clippers. Steve Ballmer and the rest of the Clippers organization, we're going to pay you. Um, So just don't worry. Just go have a sit down, take a trip somewhere, with your wife. Come back with a clear mind. Hopefully, the rest of the Clippers, Ty Lue, can actually sit in on that meeting. And yeah, because we're going to a new arena. Um, it's a new culture. It's not like the culture that we had before that you've seen on the FX special clips. Shout out to that. Shout out to that series too. That's actually a great series. As a matter of fact, don't if, once you get past like the cast of characters and the casting for the show, the rest of the show is gravy because great storyline. Storyline is great. A lot of a lot of nostalgia basically in regards to the 91 playoffs when they had I think it was the 91 or 92 playoffs when they had the riots and they had to play in the Anaheim arena and they were talking Doc Rivers point of view with that and then it came full circle when it came back for the Donald Sterling incident. Also they actually did some with Elgin Baylor too, which I definitely appreciate because a lot of people forget about who Elgin Baylor is, what he stood for, how good he was back in the 60s and 70s. He was actually that dude. Whether he was in Baltimore, Maryland, Seattle University, playing with the Lakers, it was just yeah, he was just a sight to behold. Even Dr. J said he was the man. So it went from Elgin Baylor to Dr. J, Michael Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. You know, a lot of people, leave him out in like the greatest ever because he actually was like one of the greatest. Shout out to Elgin Baylor, who was actually played by Clifton Davis. Um, also, yeah, back to the Clippers per se. We should be okay, but I think Steve Ballmer is actually going to sign Paul George to a deal probably a little bit more than Kawhi, just a fraction more than Kawhi because I think he's worth it. I mean, when it comes down to just durability, games played, even though like I think he played like 74 games this year, which is like the most he played since he came to the Clippers. Um, I think yeah, I think the writing, the writing's on the wall, and it's just simple mathematics. Just pay this guy what he's worth. Pay him a little bit more than Kawhi. It's not going to change anything per se, like in the locker room, because Kawhi and PG are like pretty good friends, off and on the court. So that shouldn't really mean anything, especially if you have like the common goal of trying to get to the championship. The furthest we got, of course, is the Western Conference Finals. Hopefully, we can change that culture, especially going into a new arena. So yeah, so hopefully everything should work out for that. Other than that, let's see, we covered the draft, we covered high school hoops. Definitely keep your eyes peeled for high school hooping. Over the summer, I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of tournaments in Philadelphia. There's going to be a lot of tournaments in the tri-state area. Definitely get a chance. Keep your eyes peeled. So that's pretty much it. I'm wrapping up. It's definitely a quick hitter. Definitely wanted to just say what's up to you guys and let you know what's going on with me. And yeah, so I definitely want to say shout out to everybody who follows us. Shout out to the Black Psychologist Podcast. Shout out to SB Talk Sports. Shout out to Get Your Bars Up Media. Shout out to Best of Seven Podcast. Just shout out to everyone who has been following us. Shout out to Teased by Smiley. You know who you are. Shout out to my Deltas out there. Actually, so next week is my birthday. Not sure if I'll be going on my birthday, but I'll definitely just hit you with the quick hitters, let you know what's going on in the trade talks because I believe after the 30th, from the 30th to the 2nd, I believe it's like free agent signings. So definitely keep your eyes peeled. I'm going to be nervous because it seems like everybody who's making moves, like the Clippers, got to make a move too, just to either be relevant or they're just playing with scared money. So, but if you're a Clippers fan, if you're Paul George or Steve Ballmer, please sit down and have that talk. Let him know how important he is to the organization. Make him feel wanted. Because if you don't you don't make Paul George feel wanted. You don't make him, you don't wine and dine him. He's going to leave us. And then we're going to be. I'm not going to say we're going to be left with nothing because the cupboard's still not bare. We still have Kawhi. We still have James Harden. We still have Russ. I'm not sure what Russ is going to be doing this summer either, but I think it'll be a little bit easier with Kawhi. Also, want to say congratulations to Malcolm Bridges. Shout out to the Villanova Knicks, aka the New York Wildcats. You guys are doing big things this year, and you guys kept OG Anunoby. Hopefully, the Clippers are taking notes of this. When you have a good player and he's doing great for your organization, you keep him. just write that check for him. Steve Ballmer, I know you got the money. You probably got that money in your nightstand somewhere. So definitely want to say also congratulations to LeBron James, LeBron James Jr., to the whole James family. A lot of people are talking about nepotism, and the reason why you're in the league is because of the last name, which is probably true. However, a lot of guys were making that point out. Shout out to Dr. Matt this morning at the runs. He was saying like if he was first round, maybe there'd be like the side eye, but he's a second round draft pick, two-way deal. Um, the Lakers are going to take care of him, of course. You got LeBron James and you got LeBron James Jr. So we're just not in a way, we're talking legacy. This is a great moment, great milestone in NBA history. This will probably never be repeated for a couple generations. So, just get a look see now because I don't think we're going to see this probably again, probably for my lifetime. you know. Also, before I get out of here, I'm definitely going to send a shout out to Brandon Scoopy Robinson. I actually had the privilege of working with him on a couple of interviews, preferably the Kenny Smith interview, which got a lot of hits, especially talking about Kenny Smith and talking about Sam Cassell. Hopefully, hopefully Sam will get that job. I know there's a vacancy in the Detroit job, so I mean, like Kenny Smith said it best, and I quote, "Man, he's won on all levels. Man, he's won in he's won in high school, he's won in college. He didn't win a championship in college, but he actually took Florida State, to a couple tournaments while he was there. I believe he took his JUCO team to the championship, and he also took Houston. Well, he didn't take Houston; that was pretty much the dream, but he was on that championship. But he definitely contributed, on that team with those clutch shots, and to me." Ever since I've seen Sam Cassell in the league, even through college, he's always been a winner. You know, I think the only team he hasn't took to the playoffs was Dallas, and I think he's only with Dallas for like a cup of coffee, and then after that, I believe he went to Phoenix, went to the champ, not to the championship. He went to the playoffs with them. Then he came to the Clippers. Shout out to my Clippers. Took them to the second round. I believe after that he went to the Celtics, if I'm not mistaken. I think he won a championship over there. So he's a three-time champion. Um, great assistant coach. All the guys love him around the league. Everybody that he's talked to around the league have nothing but great things to say about him in regards to, as being a good listener, being a player's coach, understanding what other players are going through because he's been on all levels. I think the only level he hasn't been on is the Olympics, really, and I'm sure he played on the select team or something like that during his years. So yeah, I mean, so if you're in the NBA, you're like, yo, give Sam Cassell a job, man. He deserves it. He earned it. Chauncey Billups, Ty Lue, a couple other coaches out there, black coaches out there. You know, and shout out to Dr. Kyle. Dr. Kyle said, we might have to institute a Rooney Rule. Like they do in the NFL, we might have to institute a Rooney Rule in the NBA. So, but hopefully, shout out to Sam Cassell. Shout out that he's getting all the buzz, he's getting all the cosigns from different players and coaches, and definitely champions and media personalities, media sports personalities all around. Getting these cosigns for him to be like the next head coach because he definitely deserves it. So, but other than that, this is me. I'm signing off. Hopefully, you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. It's going to be pretty hot out there, so please hydrate, stay safe, stay mentally safe out there. If it's too hot, get under some air conditioner or get to a pool. I know I'll be at a pool hopefully this weekend. Off on let's have a birthday shout out to my guy Pee Wee. Pee Wee, happy birthday! I'm definitely going to be at your cookout tomorrow, man. Definitely a lot of good vibes out there. So looks like I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. And you guys have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Be out.